What up, what up, what up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy Mac, the Giants fan, man. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of After Further Review. And let's get to it, man. Another embarrassing performance by this New York Football Giant team. As we've seen all 5 weeks of this season, a team that looks completely unprepared, not ready to go, looks disinterested in playing the game of football. This offensive line just keeps finding ways to just sink to just new lows. New lows. I mean, every single offensive lineman that played in the game yesterday for the New York Football Giants played absolutely terribly. Every single one of them. And we're talking about what? You had the 5 starters, whoever the 5 starters were. At this point, I can't even keep track. It changes every single week. And then a couple rotational guys that had to come in and fill in spots. So I think we played about a grand total of 8 different offensive linemen yesterday during the course of this football game. And they all sucked. Every single one of them. Don't have a good thing to say about any of them. I mean, first off, and this is shout out to Bad Dog Sports, man. It's something he said. I heard him say earlier on one of his videos, and I didn't even think about it. Pretty much the New York Giants started 4 guards and Evan Neal yesterday, who, in my opinion, he basically started 5 guards, because I've told you how I feel about Evan Neal and the fact that I do not think he's an NFL caliber offensive tackle when he should be kicked into guard, and that he should be kicked into guard. But right now, for now, he's a tackle. He is technically a tackle. But yeah, 4 guards and Evan Neal started the game yesterday. Joshua Zudu is a guard that for some reason we had playing left tackle. You started off with Glowinski at left guard and Brederson at center and McKeithen at right guard. And yeah, these guys are all guards. All guards. So that's already problematic. Problematic already. The fact that for whatever reason you rather walk Joshua Zudo out there at left tackle to protect your quarterback's blind side, a guy that doesn't even play the position, as opposed to Matt Pert, who does at least play the position. Now, I'm not saying Matt Pert is good, because he got in there and got some reps yesterday too, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. But overall, would he give you an overall still more solid performance? Probably so. I'd like to think probably so, because that's still more his natural position at least. But that's neither here nor there. This offensive line, man, let me tell you about yourselves, man. Not only are you yet to play a good game this season, but now you done finally got your quarterback absolutely killed. To the point where now he has a neck injury, still don't know the severity of it. According to Coach Dable, it's not so bad. Dan Jones is feeling better today. He's optimistic he'll be ready to go on for Buffalo on Sunday. Why? This kid has a neck injury. You don't play around with somebody's neck. And this offensive line is not going to be better all of a sudden on Sunday and be up to the task of slowing down the Buffalo Bills pass rushers led by Von Miller and Greg Rousseau. This offensive line ain't going to be up to the task for that. So why would you put your quarterback out there with a messed up neck behind that piece of shit offensive line? Why would you even be thinking about it right now? Right now, think about that kid. If he's not going to protect him, you protect him. Because the offensive line damn sure ain't protecting him. Now, Daniel Jones, he may not be him. And I straight up can say he's not him. He's not the guy. At the end of the day, he's not. Because he's not off the hook for a lot of the bad shit that's going on with this team through these first 5 games. Excuse me. But, however, this kid ain't getting a chance out there either. He's not getting much of a chance. The biggest problem with him right now is when he does have a few opportunities, he's not taking advantage of those either. But those opportunities are very limited. Very, very limited. But he's not taking advantage of those opportunities as well. I can speak to that one, for instance, pass to Wan'Dale Robinson on a key third down yesterday where he just threw a very bad ball. A very, very bad ball. On a play which could have probably been a big play if he got it out there in front of Wan'Dale Robinson and gave him a chance to run with it. It's neither here nor there, though. He's at fault, some fault. He takes some of the responsibility because he's just not the guy. He's not a great quarterback. He's just an average guy who needs the help that he's not getting. Point blank and period. He's an average guy that needs the help that he's not getting. And that's where the problem comes with this offensive line, man. We had all these distractions last week with Evan Neal's comments and this, that, and I'm a lion and I got to tuck to the sheep. Well, that lion wasn't ready to roar on Sunday. He stunk, just like all the rest of the offensive linemen did. He stunk. Joshua Zudu experiment at left tackle, that's got to end. He almost got the quarterback decapitated by a guy who I didn't even know who the hell this guy was before yesterday. How many more guys is New York Giants offensive line going to make famous? Because they made a bunch of guys I barely know on Seattle famous a week ago on Monday Night Football. Now they're making these guys on the Miami Dolphins look famous as well. This is a joke. This is a joke. It's not like these are like coverage sacks where you guys are, holding up a little bit and the coverage is just so great and then the pressure finally gets there. No, it's immediate pressure as soon as the ball is snapped. Every damn play. That's not acceptable. How do you look yourself in the mirror as a man and can just be okay with that? I mean, the blindside hit on Daniel Jones, dude beat Joshua Ezeudu so bad. You would have thought Joshua Ezeudu smacked that dude's mom earlier in the day or something. Because that's how bad he beat Joshua Ezeudu on that play. And then he absolutely came around that edge corner and crushed Daniel Jones. It reminded me a little bit of, take you back old school Giant fans, 91, Joe Montana, San Francisco 49ers, New York Giants, NFC Championship game. Leonard Marshall, New York Giant DN coming around that corner and absolutely laying one on Joe Montana. Now, clearly not as serious as that because Joe Montana lost a couple years of his career after that hit, whereas Daniel Jones, according to Brian Dable, might actually be able to play on Sunday. Look, a bad neck is nothing to play with, man. Nothing to sneeze at. He's a very young man. He's a young man in life. And you got to take this seriously. You can't seriously think, okay, I think I'm going to throw my quarterback back out there behind this sorry-ass offensive line yet again with a bad freaking neck on Sunday Night Football against an angry Buffalo Bills team that's going to be licking their chops after a bad loss in London yesterday morning. No, you can't make that make sense to me. Are you not seeing the same thing that I'm seeing? Because this offensive line has no interest in blocking anyone. And you're going to just throw your quarterback with a bad neck back out there behind that? You can't be serious. You can't be serious right now. And when is somebody going to finally just call these guys out for what it is? You're not good enough and you're not getting it done. Because that's a big problem too. If you keep making these guys think, oh, they're coming along, they're improving, they're doing better in practice. No, they're not. I'm sorry. It's horrible. It's terrible. The worst offensive line play I've ever seen in my life at any level of football. At any level. I watch little kids Pop Warner look more serviceable than the New York Giants O-line right now. You can't convince me if our offensive line lined up against the Georgia Bulldogs right now that they wouldn't be getting at it right now, getting after it right now. You can't convince me of that. This offensive line is pitiful. And I didn't mean to make this all about the O-line, but how can it not be? It is clearly the New York Giants offensive line is the worst positional group in the NFL amongst the whole damn league. If you rank just everybody's positional groups and all of them, it would be a lot, all 32 teams, the New York Giants O-line would be all the way at the bottom. Because that's how bad they are. Like I said, the quarterback's not good. But at the same time, I'm convinced that there's no quarterback that will be really good behind this. I think this O-line would make any quarterback look pretty average. So it's making our average quarterback look like absolute trash. Do you see the difference? I think the great quarterbacks will look average behind this O-line. We have an average quarterback. He looks like complete trash behind it. Yeah, the kid is shell-shocked. Yeah, he makes some poor decisions. And it's unfortunate. But you know what? I'm at that point now where I'm not excusing him for his mistakes and poor play. But I'm going to call this offensive line out because they're very much responsible for a good bit of it. Defense. Yeah, y'all turn. Finally got some turnovers. That's good. Got some turnovers. But then you still turned around and surrendered 524 yards of offense to your opponent. That's not good. So anybody tells me how good the defense played yesterday, kill it. Kill that noise. Because giving up 524 yards of offense is not playing good. Sure, you got a turnover. You got a pick six. You put points on the board. Bravo. That's good. Those are good things. That's it, though. That's where the good stopped completely. Giving up big, huge chunk plays. Big, huge chunk plays. They had a 69-yard touchdown reception from Tyreek Hill. They had a 73-yard touchdown run from A-Chain, their running back. And they had numerous other big, huge chunk plays throughout this game. Terrible. Terrible performance. Terrible performance. And then I just don't know anymore. Like, if you guys aren't, like I keep saying it, I could accept y'all losing because you're just not as good, which is the case. You're not as talented. You don't have the talent that a lot of these teams on the schedule have. That's fine. But the lack of effort and the lack of heart that this team displays, that ain't cool. That's the part that's unacceptable. The lack of heart that this team displays is unacceptable, man. It's just not right. Like, the fans do deserve better. And the last thing I was going to address is, I guess we all know about the Saquon Barkley incident on the sideline with fans up in the stands. But that's different than Evan Neal situation. So don't anybody compare that to the Evan Neal thing last week. Because those fans deserve whatever Saquon Barkley was saying to them. Because it's disrespectful and it's ignorant to cheer or whatever they were doing, whatever comments they were making when Daniel Jones got hurt. That's ignorance. So Saquon Barkley clapping back at those fans is a lot different than what Evan Neal did. Because those fans came from a place of straight ignorance. You never cheer a guy being injured. I don't know the exact context of what happened, if they were cheering or if they just were saying some messed up comments. But whatever, making some messed up comments. But you never celebrate a guy being hurt. Especially a guy that's sitting out there basically having no chance at all. So I just wanted to address that real quick, because if anybody comes at me and tries to compare that to the Evan Neal thing about why are you talking to the fans and the fans this and that, that's different. It's completely on a whole different wavelength. What Evan Neal did was being an idiot. What Saquon Barkley did was defend his damn quarterback because his quarterback in that moment deserved to be defended. In that moment. Because that was ignorance. You don't celebrate or cheer a guy being hurt. One of the most despicable things you could do. I'll never forget when Michael Irvin suffered his career-ending injury at Veterans Stadium. What those despicable fans did that day at Veterans Stadium. And I'll never, ever forget that. It doesn't matter what uniform that player was wearing. That was about as despicable a sight I've ever seen, was when the Veterans Stadium faithful were cheering Michael Irvin suffering a career-ending injury. I've never seen anything like it, and I hope I never see anything like that ever again. But I got a little off topic there. Look, New York Giants, I'm tired of the press conferences every week talking about, you guys talking about we got to do better, we got to do better. No shit, you got to do better. That's just stating the obvious. You definitely got to do better. But at the end of the day, from what I'm seeing, I don't think you're capable of it. I'm challenging you right now to actually do better. I am. I'm challenging you guys to do better. Because what I'm seeing is just the most disgraceful New York Giant football I've seen in my whole fanhood. I wasn't around to see the 70s like that. I was only a little baby in the late 70s. So I wasn't around to see the miserable 70s that I've heard about how dreadful that decade of New York Giant football was. But I'm around to see this. And this has been bad. And it's been bad for far too long. A lot needs to be cleaned up. A lot. This offense is completely broken. This defense, I don't even know what to say about this defense because it's just not good. It's just not good. Not good defensively, terrible offensively. The offensive line, like I've just told you, is the worst offensive line in the history of the NFL as far as I'm concerned. I've never seen an O-line this bad ever. Ever. Not only in the NFL. Period. College, high school, little league, never have I seen an offensive line this bad. I mean, that's just what it is. So if y'all made it this far, appreciate y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, man. Really helps a lot. Helps the channel grow. Appreciate y'all for all y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Mac the Giants fan. Hey! I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MACDA Giants fan.